Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Sorry about the technical difficulties, but we got cut off. We got cut off the interwebs, the various internets. But we're back.
Stupid technology.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. To those coming back into the mix, you'll soon realize that there was just an abrupt end to the first part of the Mark and Andre podcast. Oh, man. I am very upset. But anyway, let's go into a brief talk about Terminator 2. Terminator 2, as of last week, I think it was July 6th, it actually was celebrating its 25th anniversary. 25 years ago, Terminator 2 came out. It has the title of the most celebrated sci-fi action movie of all time. Could possibly go up to being one of the greatest sequels of all time. This movie is mentioned more than any other movie about the Terminator series. It is the most successful. Why is that? James Cameron. James Cameron's wonderful insight. I could definitely say that. The special effects, which are still able to hang now today.
Talk about a film ahead of its time.
Attention to detail was James Cameron's specialty.
Yes, and that adds longevity to the film. It really does. And there's just, I don't know what he did story-wise differently, but even the story itself is something that I remember the most, and it resonates with me the most. Maybe because it's just the most human. Maybe because I was a young kid around that time when the film came out. But I just know that it's one of those films that was so strong that it just eclipses every other film in the series. Nobody, I don't know, honestly, I'm not exaggerating. I don't know anyone that's seen the first Terminator. I
personally haven't seen it at all. I've seen Terminator 2, but to see the first Terminator, I'm like, meh. I'd rather not. I've seen like Terminator. The first 10 minutes of the end.
But it's not even interesting. Well, it's interesting. Yeah. But it's like, it's full on sci-fi too. I don't know. It's just, there's something about the second one that just keeps you going. Because we don't even know who these characters are. Yes. Imagine seeing this movie for the first time. You have no clue who the fuck these people are. No. But yet we know everything about the story. We know what Sarah Connor went through. Yeah. We know who John Connor is and what his destiny is. Yeah. And that's the film. We know what's going on.
Yeah, you are brought in to the driver's seat of this movie already kind of knowing what's going on because they pick up the pieces of the last movie and they bring them with you, and the movie goes really well together by picking up the pieces of the puzzle of the first movie.
Yes, and just ending it well. The antagonist is something that, man, that's something to fear. What the hell?
T-1000, yeah.
What are we gonna do?
Robert Patrick, the actor that played T-1000, is only known as T-1000 amongst Hollywood circles now.
Right. I don't see him as anything other than T-1.
Since 1992, it's been hard for him to find a gig. And that's sad. Because Schwarzenegger was a megastar already, but it's just, damn, like... Because Robert Patrick played a great villain. Like
he always did, yeah.
It's just, damn, this guy... when I look at T-1000 and then I see a picture of Robert Patrick, I'm like, man, I see T-1000 before I see the guy himself.
Because he ran that role perfectly. It's like he's not a person. He's an emotionless robot. Yeah. And he perfected that role.
What else can we take away from this movie?
Just that attention to detail does matter. Yep. And your cinematography has to be on point. Like, exactly. There are hardly any inconsistencies with the cinematography. Yeah. We're not getting a pan shot going from right to left, and then you cut, and then they're starting the pan all over from the middle screen and moving to the left. Yeah. And some elements are not in the right places. No, everything is exactly where it needs to be. You're not seeing elements of clothing in the wrong spots. Like he made sure that everything was perfect. Yeah. And I don't know why. Why did he put this much work into the film? I don't know, but I feel like every filmmaker should put this amount of effort into a film. Yeah. But, I mean, just, practical effects, breaking glass, we got squibs when people get shot. Yeah. We don't have everything digital. But the digital effects that are there, they work. Like,
one thing, and I want to carry on to what you're saying, is that one thing that we can still carry away from Terminator 2 is, despite the fact that these cars are dated, the technology's dated, there's a lot of things that you look at and wow, you're not able to do this or that anymore. A lot of that, but with the power of the cinematography, with the power of the writing, the dialogue, you're able to be immersed into this world and place yourself within that time, despite the fact you weren't born during that time or not. You know what entertainment looks like. You know how John Connor would be entertained by an arcade.
Yes.
You'll know that Sarah Connor is distraught because of the dark setting of the psych ward. This psych ward was all dark for just why?
Yeah.
The blue lighting. Like,
yes.
There's just a lot of things that you're just looking at and you're like, man, this is very depressing.
The color cues. Yes. Yeah. Everything was perfect.
You notice how in the first act, that the majority of the whole film during the first act is in all like with the blue hue.
Yes.
And then at the very end, the very last act, it's all red and just glowing like amber. The reflection of heat going off of the skin.
Yes, yeah. Like, okay, nighttime. Any nighttime shots, you would get like a dark hue. You get, dark black hue in any other film.
Yeah.
You get a dark black hue with a white light.
Yeah.
He went with a dark blue tint, so all of his lights had blue tint on them.
Yeah.
And it created this weird atmosphere that was like it's really consistent throughout the entire theme of the film.
Yeah.
Because you can tell he did it deliberately, because when they showed the future, it's pure black. So he deliberately did these colors. Like, it's not like accidental or he chose the wrong lights. He knew exactly what he was doing. So yeah, definitely. They start with a blue palette and then all of a sudden we cut to red when it gets the most intense in the film.
Yeah. Because the only part of the movie that you get daytime is the time, the night after the first, Sarah Connor escapes. She ends up getting a bunch of weapons and she goes digs to get all her ammo and her stuff. It's just, that's the only time you see it. And then comes night again. There's a brief time where this movie was in daytime, but that is to signify, I would say, the middle act, the middle of the second act and the third act to bring up the climax. Yeah.
Well, don't forget the beginning of the film where John Connor's at the arcade. And then the whole truck chasing scene. But even then, we're cutting to night immediately after that.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like we don't see a sunset or anything. We go straight to nighttime. Yeah. And then they're having a conversation. He's like, well, what are you? Tell me everything. Like, you know?
Even that whole scene where John Connor's all, you're calling moi a dipshit? Like, even that scene was still... it still had blue hues.
Yes.
And it had a buff Bill Paxton.
Yeah.
The guy from Twister. I was like, damn, Bill Paxton's all huge. I didn't know he was that tall.
And then, the stakes were so high in this film. The stakes were crazy high. And, the dream sequence with, the doom, not dead, what is it?
Oh, the sequence where you pan out and then you see this dark graveyard with a bunch of human skulls. And then Sarah Connor's narrating, and then it travels to this little mountain of a bunch of these other skulls. And then she mentions something about the machines, and then bah! A fucking endoskeleton, a metal endoskeleton, just fucking crushes the shit out of a skull, and then all you hear is
it's just chaos.
You see so much futuristic shit. You're just like, what the fuck? Like, you end up having almost an aneurysm because you're just so overwhelmed with all like what's going on. You have this biplane. Well, you have this airplane floating on two propellers.
Yes.
It was just nuts.
And all you can think is, I don't want any of that to happen. And
not at all.
And don't
this
forget,
is hell on earth.
Sarah Connor's dream sequence before she goes and decides to go try to murder
where she's outside the park in Los Angeles. She's at the park with
the kids, and all of a sudden everything's exploding, and she's still like
shaking the fucking fence.
She's just
surviving a nuclear blast, but still like, I'm still pissed off.
I'm so mad that this happened. And she wakes up and goes, "Oh hell no, I'm gonna murk." What's his name? The creator of Skynet, or just
the actual person that developed the endoskeleton,
basically killing Steve Jobs, or
she's killing the smartest guy on the planet.
Right, and she goes and she tries to kill him, and she realizes he's a human being. You know, like and
that she can't.
She can't
because he has a son too.
Yeah.
And
a little simple parallel.
I remember
Don't hurt my daddy.
I remember that scene where Arnold, he's all, the guy with the creator of the Skynet patents and robots, he's all like, well, I've never seen any of these in action. Fucking Arnold gets up, puts his fucking arm out, and slices fucking half of his forearm, and then the guy's all like, oh my god, he's like, tells his kid to go to his room. It's like, now you have to listen. Terminator 2. Another question that we have to. For those coming back, I'm sorry, but we had technical difficulties on the first part of this Mark and Andre podcast. Please forgive me. This is a part 2 of the podcast. So those that are listening in, if you missed out on the first segment of the podcast, we covered Nintendo, the Nintendo Entertainment System, and we covered the Sylvester Stallone and his 70th birthday. I know that doesn't sound like an impressive segment, but trust me, it's with two amateur comedians that kind of know how to make people laugh.
Do all that pressure.
I know, huh? All right, so Terminator 2 is what we're talking about, the 25th anniversary. Thank you guys for tuning into the Mark and Andre podcast, one of the leading current events podcasts on Spreaker.com. What did Terminator 2 do differently? And let me take this part of the question first. Terminator 2 stepped away from the normal futuristic angles. Mm-hmm. You know, of course you still had your tried and true, if we kill someone in the past, he won't exist in the future, creating alternative timeline. Great. Right, okay. Right. But the cinematography that we mentioned earlier is just, you get angles that you've never seen from a perspective before. You know, you get the whole scene where you're riding alongside the car of the kid from Skynet, his little RC car.
Yes.
And then you get the lighting coming in from there, that same blue hue, and then all of a sudden out of this blue hue during this scene, you have the red dot coming in from Sarah Connor.
Yes.
It's like you automatically know with red in this blue environment, it kind of signifies, you know, something drastic is going to happen, something like death.
Yes. And that just everything you explained at this moment, cinematography, or I won't even use, I have to, but just direction itself. This was the best directing that you've seen in an action film.
Exactly.
The stereotypical action film is just, you know, explosions, and the plot line isn't that dense.
Yeah.
Excuse me. The plot line isn't that dense. But in this case, this is the perfect execution of an excellent story being paired with excellent action, and then you have an excellent director following through.
Exactly.
There is so much detail in the film that the logic within the film makes sense as well. Mm-hmm. There's a scene where, Arnold, was he the T-800?
Yeah, he's a T-800.
So Arnold Schwarzenegger's character is holding a minigun.
Yeah.
A minigun that's supposed to be equipped on machines. You know, like
he's not supposed to lift it.
He can't pick that up.
A small tidbit too is I thought humans were able to lift it.
No,
my dumbass till I was 22 thought, I was like, hey man, like, what if I had a minigun like Arnold Schwarzenegger? I remember I asked my friend Sarge, is his name, and I asked him, I was like, Sarge, what if I was able to hold a minigun like Schwarzenegger in Terminator 2? He's like, you know that weighs like 500 pounds, right? I was like, I'll shut up now.
Let alone walking around and aiming it. You know that was
just sweeping everyone.
And that was, that lies within the logic of this universe. Mm-hmm. On top of that, when he has a grenade launcher launching smoke at people, there's no recoil on him because he's a machine. He can hold it.
He can hold it.
It's nothing to him. He just holds his hand perfectly still, and he's one-handing a grenade launcher and popping people.
Yeah.
And it just shows you how much they thought about in regards to the logic within the film. Mm-hmm. And I really respect that. I mean, there's just so much that they did with this film that
even covering the basis for the villain. And what I mean by that is that when the one scene where Arnold Schwarzenegger is trying to call John Connor's mom.
Right.
And he tricks T-1000 and saying, he's like, what's your dog's name? My dog's name is Max. How's Wolfie doing? Wolfie's fine, hun. And then he hangs up the phone and he's all like,
your parents are dead.
Your parents are dead. Like, fuck. Your foster parents are dead. Wolfie's dead too. But it's true because like T-1000 was so into trying to get John Connor is that
he would do anything.
He'll do anything. That one scene where the husband is not knowing at all that his wife has now been killed.
Right.
And he keeps running his mouth, but then T-1000 launches a spike right through his throat while he's drinking a milk can. That scene alone where you see the whole like difference of the milk and the blood being drawn from it. It's just like really a lot of attention to detail. It did attention to detail very differently than other action films.
Absolutely. And then, senseless... It wasn't senseless murder and violence, killing.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, we had to, the T-800 made a promise to not kill. Yes. So he had to find an efficient...
He had to shoot everyone in the knees.
Right, he had to find an efficient way to take down his adversaries without killing them.
He'll live.
And I just thought, man, all of this... you have to consider that requires a lot of people thinking.
But by this movie, and I want to get into the next question, but I'll take it too, is like what this movie did was deviate from the whole normal action movie tropes that we're still used to. We had a human hero. No, this is a human exoskeleton, but with a metal, titanium alloy endoskeleton. I mean. So this is not your average hero.
Right.
This is someone that's not human. Mm-hmm. There's no emotion with him. He's a killing machine.
He is a
You can't relate to this guy, but we related to him at the end. Where he sacrifices himself.
Yes.
We still had to think like, fuck, this guy's still a robot though.
Yes.
Da-na-na.
And why am I like about the John Connor's crying? Oh, well, you want to keep going? The score?
Keep going while I'm doing that. I'll do it at a low tone.
So as the T-800's going in the lava, he raises his hand up to form a thumbs up. First of all, his circuits should be fried by now. He should be fucking done.
I got to give him the thumbs up. I'll be back.
No, he was... And also, it's like, his task was complete. The T-1000 has been eliminated. All threats to John Connor have been eliminated.
Any robots that were created by Skynet, even the prototypes have been destroyed.
Yes, and now he has to destroy himself.
There's only one thing left. Or he's like, there's one prototype left. And he's like, which one? And then he points to his brain, and he's all like, damn.
And then we had fucking John Connor.
No, not to.
No. Because he's going through puberty.
Yeah, exactly. Mom! John Connor was, and it's funny too because he still did a good job despite his whole annoying voice.
It didn't.
And that's not even that's not even nitpicking because he still did a good job.
No,
Edward Furlong handled it. And it sucks that he didn't do anything else besides that.
Nothing.
Besides American History X.
That's it.
But it's like after that, it's like
big tumbleweed.
Yeah,
in his career room.
Hopefully he got residuals in his contracts.
Oh yeah, but, for him being a young buck in the 90s.
What did you? Let's take one of the last few questions of this one. Is that Terminator 2 Judgment Day? The 25th anniversary. Mm-hmm. 25 years now. We're both 27, 28 years old, respectively. I'm going to be 28 Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
3 years old is when this came out, so I ended up seeing it at like 5, 7 years old. I didn't know what the hell was going on. I was like, damn, this is a lot of shooting. The minigun's cool. But now looking back at it, rewatching it several times, there's probably every couple years I watch it again.
Still amazed.
What do you enjoy most of Terminator 2? Because we didn't even, to be honest, too, we didn't get into the score, but that's like kind of like an afterthought to what this whole movie did. But that score is still awesome.
It syncs perfectly. It literally matches the action. When he's in the helicopter and he's ramming them, they literally made music cues and hits to them hitting, and you don't see that anymore.
The droning sense of these Skynet monsters, these robots. You literally hear, when you hear that kind of droning sound, when you get that, you fast forward it, you get to the Wizard of Oz, but then you think of that kind of army, there's little hints of this, and it's fuck, these guys are unstoppable.
Oh yeah, it was such a thoroughly created film. So I guess my favorite thing of the film, damn it, I can't pick a thing. I will say though, one thing that always has stuck with me is the T-1000.
Okay, so that's you do definitely weird. Appreciate the villain part of this movie.
Because it's like, what do you do? He's not going to stop. And he can beat anyone he needs to be.
Once he recreates someone, he has to kill that guy.
Right.
Like the guy at the coffee machine. Remember, he replicates the tile floor pattern below him, and he's like, "Oh, look, I got a full house. It must be my lucky day." Turn around, bah! Gets it right between the eyes.
And it was just, the T-1000 to me is what made it so great, because the following films were trying to make another T-1000 idea, and they couldn't keep up with him.
No.
Because it's just like, he's a Capri Sun, right?
Yeah, he's the former Alex Mack. He's a Capri Sun.
You know, when they thought they were away from him, and he just slips through the bars, right? And then they're like, okay, cool, we're away from him again. We shot him in half, and we're in an elevator.
Yeah.
Nope. No. He comes down and he's got blades. Like he can form into anything. He could run like 40 miles per hour.
Yeah.
It was I remember as a kid just going, fuck, I'm scared. I'm scared of this guy. Like, especially this dead stare face, and he's running us.
Yeah, Robert Patrick, man. I don't know.
Oh my God. Great portrayal of the character. But as I got older, my favorite thing of the whole film is the directing. The direction of the film, like you said, the little kid playing with his toy car,
the perspectives, man.
Yes, these are angles that you would not see in an action film.
The one part that I wanted, and that's what I agreed to with, is that the storyline coupled with the fact that the directing, and the screenplay they all go hand in hand, because you could tell that these angles were made directly from the storyboard.
Yes,
but you're able to make them so excellent that they translate to film very easily.
Yes,
the one scene where Homeboy's holding the detonator. The one part where you see the SWAT team guy come up and you see him holding the detonator, he's like, I don't know how much longer I can hold this. He's all, and then you get the perspective of the camera going up towards him and the detonation device, his face. He's almost gonna die, dude. The storyline goes perfect with it, and it's just God. This movie still rewatchable. You could take anybody to see this movie and they don't necessarily need to see the rest of the movies, because all the rest of the movies don't stack up to this movie. James Cameron needs to come back and direct another Terminator. This is like a PSA for that.
After Genesis, man, we don't need any. Terminator's over, dog. Terminator's done. They
need to have RoboCop versus Terminator as a last ditch effort.
Oh my God, yes, that would be great.
Just to put a knife in it.
But that just shows, that's a testament to skill as a director, because I watched Terminator 3 and I tried my best not to connect it to Terminator 2. Yeah. I watched it as a standalone film, and it's just sloppy. It's just sloppy, because even in T2 there were jokes. Yeah, they still told jokes, but they blended it in the universe of the film. Whereas if you watch T3, they're squeezing in jokes that break the reality of what you're seeing.
Like modern day jokes, like Talk to the Hand at the time.
Right. Or him putting on these silly sunglasses. Yeah. You know, like, oh, okay, that joke, that's not funny. In regards to wit, that's not a witty joke in the context of the universe that they created in the second film. Yeah. They had very clever jokes in the second one, and they weren't telegraphed like putting on silly pink glasses. Yeah. So, and then, I'm sorry, Terminator Salvation?
Yeah, Terminator Salvation was a movie. Good action flick, but it doesn't. You have something in your franchise when you have something as Terminator, like something as epic as Terminator 2. You fall short every time.
There's nothing you can do. Yeah, but Salvation was just a bloated mess.
Yeah, thanks to fucking McG.
Yeah, but it went nowhere. The movie didn't do anything. Yeah, it didn't go anywhere.
Christian Bale has not done another Terminator movie after that when he was supposed to.
Right. And then Genesis is the hugest clusterfuck. They actually undid the entire story.
Yeah, and I want to let you know too is that chick that played Sarah Connor in that Genesis movie, Terminator 2 Genesis, she's not going to be in it again. So they have to find another Sarah Connor, or they're just end it. Like just have Terminator in a spin-off or something. I don't know, Terminator origin story. Just talk about I don't know. Like, we need an origin story. That's part one. Never mind. I know.
But even, the Terminator television series was better than 3 and every.
Oh, the Sarah Connor Chronicles.
The Sarah Connor Chronicles.
Yeah,
are better than 3 and on.
I would agree with that because I heard a lot of good things about it.
Oh, watch it! It's really good. It's a really good.
Terminator 2, you are a great film to watch. You're probably one of the most heralded action sci-fi sequels of all time. It stacks up with Aliens. Aliens is still great too. Yes, but James Cameron, you definitely have a film that is still rewatchable. Classic. Seriously, it's hard to say classic when we're relating to like gun-toting violence, but it is. It's what it is. You know,
you have to respect his craft.
Yeah, Avatar, Terminator 2. I think it was one of the Aliens he made. I think it was Aliens. Because Ridley Scott made the first one, so he made the second one,
and then Titanic.
This guy, he could live off residuals the rest of his life because all they need to do is come out with 30th, 40th anniversaries, right? And as long as he's living,
kind of has a Quentin Tarantino type of record. Not a lot of films,
yeah,
but so much weight and strength behind the films.
The next topic we wanted to cover on this conspiracy corner is this, and I wanted to briefly talk about this. And I never ever wanted to mention this lady's name again, but I'm going to have to just because I need to bring people to the awareness of this. Hillary Clinton's email investigation. I know I'm probably saying things that everyone's heard of before, but it's like this. What she did was basically played Ring Around the Rosie with her emails, got government emails into her private email, which is nothing that you're supposed to do because it's, the government's not able to trace those emails after they leave their server. Long story short, it's like this. I myself was looking around the protection laws of the United States government. So I found section 1924, title 18, and it goes like this. Whoever, being an officer, employee, contractor, or consultant of the United States, and by virtue of his or her office, employment, position, or contract, becomes possessed of documents or materials containing classified information of the United States, knowingly removes such documents or materials without authority, and with the intent to retain such documents or materials at an unauthorized location, private server, shall be fined under the title or imprisoned for not more than 1 year. Based by that and what she did, she is supposed to get a fine, and she's or do jail time.
Right.
But she's a presidential elect, and she's not doing any one of those things. No. So this kind of goes to show you guys that this political race might be a little force-fed.
Dude, she already won.
Yeah.
The moment... Sorry. That's not what this corner is about, but... Come on, she's already president, guys. Look at this whole election. She won from the get-go. She's already in office, guys. Why would she... She's been in office with Obama this entire run.
Yeah, as Secretary of State until she stepped down,
yes. So, why... Oh, come on. She's been in the House.
Yeah, she's...
You don't think she's got this already? The fact of the matter is... well, that's another corner. We don't have to do that.
Exactly.
The fact of the matter is... I'll go back to what we're speaking on. You guys asked the FBI to investigate themselves. And you're upset when the FBI said, we didn't find anything. We didn't find anything wrong. It was cool.
Yeah, what she did, I mean, it is wrong to do, but,
It was out of negligence. Yeah. Negligence. She didn't know.
Yeah, and I'm like, what? Oh, come on. Like, this is, honest mistake that's not going to get punished? If something falls within my bag, like at a grocery store, and then I get caught. I didn't know it was in there. Yeah. Say it to the judge.
Right.
Anything so microscopic as that versus something so magnified such as hoarding government emails on a private server just because you didn't want to have more than one device on you. That's kind of knowing at a sense.
What kind of...
Anyway...
No. Like, it's
she needs to... No, there needs to be a punishment for this. Like, I cannot imagine someone going unscathed like this.
Well, we're watching it.
Yeah, and we're watching it now.
I think the hardest part about this is that we all have so much evidence against her, and they are blatantly not taking action.
Exactly.
They literally said, we know, but we're not going to do anything about it. So Thank you for being concerned. Hey, hey, that kid over there is stealing. Oh, I know. I saw him do it, but he's a good guy. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, he has a kid, family, and stuff like that. No, like...
Fuck that.
Yeah, it's just... By law, she would need to be fined or she needs to serve jail time.
Let's say she did get fined and she paid it under the table.
Yeah, that's just one speaking engagement. You know, like every time she has a speaking engagement, it's well into the 6 figures. It's almost... I forget how much money they've made, but the Clintons have made millions of dollars just by speaking of last year. You know, it's just... Anyway, that's...
And
that's
the additional funding from corporate entities. But anyway, that goes
so to show you how much your government actually gives a damn about laws to certain people. To a certain extent, there is not essentially a white privilege, but this is political privilege.
Absolutely. And it's classism. Because, I mean, if you're working in politics, you're in the upper echelon of society. So... If you're think about it like this. I don't know, guys. Just consider, I work. I can't think of a good enough analogy that's not stupid. But it's like, you steal some food. You work at a restaurant, and your manager finds out you've been like just sneaking some extra fries or something, like just grabbing a whole batch of fries and going home with it. Yeah, they can fire you, or they're just like, look, don't do that shit anymore. Yeah, there you go. Mm-hmm. No problem. No one's gonna get in trouble because they like you as a worker. They have a connection with you, and they don't feel like doing any paperwork to, get you fired and hire a new person. So fuck it. No. In this case, it's similar, but it's not exactly the same because this is the highest level of a crime. Yes. I mean, even though she might get a year, but there's the possibility that she may have exchanged information with others. And that's what they're not telling people. Mm-hmm. She may have exchanged very important information with other nations. That's what some are saying.
And the people that fund the Clinton Foundation, there's a lot of people from Saudi Arabia that do fund her Clinton organization. And keep in mind, as that the fact of the matter is this: she does play herself as being pro-gay,
Fuck that. No, she was totally against them about 2 years ago.
Yeah, but now she is. But she's actually still accepting money from Middle Eastern nations that still practice Sharia law. Oh, man. That don't, a woman can't be like not unclothed, but she can't wear revealing clothing. She has to be fully clothed. Right. A woman can't be without a man beside her at night. Right. We're talking punishments. Homosexuality, you can get pushed off a building, literally. You can get stoned. For adultery, stoned. For being, caught doing anything wrong, stealing, chop off your hand. Like, we're talking old school shit
here. The highest level of violent punishment.
For her to condone acceptance of, money from other nations like that, and to her to be, accepting of, everything else that comes down here to the state. Yeah, you could tell where her wallet speaks and where her mouth talks at the same time.
I'm just sick of her pandering, right? Have you heard recently? She's all of a sudden brought up. It's a law that she wants to pass now to free people of their student debts.
Oh wow, because she's all on board with
it. She all of a sudden grabbing Bernie Sanders' policies and going, "I want these policies," as if they were her own ideas. Yeah. But it's her pandering. Like, once she becomes president, no one's going to care. Yeah, she's going to be president, guys. There's nothing we can do about it. Look, it's already been done.
Yeah, it's already... What really vexed me in the beginning was her whole treatment of Benghazi. Who knows that, I'm not going to say whether she had advanced knowledge of an impending attack on Benghazi. And there's tons of consulates around the world. That's perfect. Okay. But for her to deal with all the issues as saying, "Oh, just get over it." That's unacceptable. There's people that have died during that instance, and you just can't do that. But for what she's done now with the email scandal, it's just, that's just like someone stealing anything at any business. Right. It's emails, that's like insider trading.
That is insider
trading.
With the nation.
You'll serve time. Anyway, we have to get down to the meat of our segment. I just wanted to get that law
so dumb.
Brought across because it's just, she has to serve time for that. But anyway, obviously she isn't. And let's talk about the next topic at hand that we have here, and it's the Dallas situation. This whole convoluted mess of just whoever died. There's just, it's still, the numbers still haven't been tabulated. It happened, yesterday. And this is what we can get from it now, is that a tragedy did happen. someone took the rights of a peaceful protest, turned it into their own demented ways to shoot police officers.
Yeah. To retaliate as well. We can't even label this yet, right? I think
exactly. Yeah. I'm not saying let's not tabulate anyone who's died. I'm not even going into who we identified. We identified this guy as an ex-Army Reserve.
Right.
So, okay.
Fine.
That's it. And from what we have now is that this is going to be slowly, if we don't unite, and I hate to sound like it, we don't unite as a nation as far as like minorities and things of that nature go. I mean, they are going to end up taking peaceful protests from us. They're going to take anytime me, you, and a bunch of other Mexican guys, a bunch of other African American guys come to do something, we are going to be at risk. There's going to be something that is going to go down, whether it's going to be people that are against the protest, law enforcement,
right,
or who else knows?
It's
fucking maybe aliens might not even like this shit.
Aliens come down like I don't like humans. No, here's my problem, and I don't like how everything's being portrayed.
But you see what I'm getting to with the protest too.
I do.
Okay,
but I'm seeing it like this. They are doing everything in their power, and I'm speaking in terms of the media.
Yes,
I'm not adding any other groups or labels.
Exactly.
I'm just saying the media itself. The media is a very sick and hungry world, right? They just want you in a state of panic.
Yeah.
I really feel like there is a lot of emphasis on separation of people. They want every group to be split up. They're working so hard to split everybody up.
Yeah.
Because we can't even get men and women to think on the same page. And then, okay, if men and women are thinking on the same page, let's split them by race. If they're not agreeing by race, then split them by class.
Yeah.
Not agreeing by class, let's split them by religious sects. And it's like, oh my God.
Because you could see that right now, Hollywood has taken over the whole the same sex angle, the whole gender neutral angle, where let's make all the Ghostbusters all female. They want to make Sulu's character from Star Trek. They want to make him gay now.
Wow.
And start the new Star Trek movies. Okay, well that's neither here nor there, but you could see these examples.
Right.
Now with media, the power of the hashtag Black Lives Matter movement has made this whole machine overnight because. This hashtag was just a simple hashtag what someone typed. No one ever manifested it into a physical group of people first, then developed it into a hashtag.
Right.
It was all words first.
Right. It was just an idea. And then it turned into like a massive, powerful brand. But what happened? All of a sudden, somebody just shows up and negates the idea. All lives matter. Shut up with that shit.
Yeah.
And that's incredible.
That brings racial controversy.
Yes, it does. But it was that easy. You brought in another hashtag, which is just another idea. This is a very powerful idea. All Black Lives Matter. Like, please, Black Lives Matter. Pay attention to us. Something's happening to where let's not talk black. Let's just say groups. So Group A matters.
Yeah.
Group A matters. And somebody says, well, Group A through Z matters. So shut up. And now
that is the context of All Lives Matter. It's it's a foot into the face of Black Lives Matter because you put down this is all examples, like you just force them down, but you bring them all up to an equal level. But we've all known that minorities, I don't even go into like just actual races, but minorities at its core, they've been going through a lot.
Yes. They've been going through
some shit.
And
some a lot more than others.
And like, I don't want to go too deep on the racial part. Exactly. I just want to go into the separation of groups. So in the event of this Dallas situation, we are seeing nothing but an instigation of separation of groups.
Yep.
We're going to see, I haven't, guys, I'm not touching Facebook for a while because I'm seeing on Facebook already people talking about war. We're talking civil wars. People want civil wars now. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to step away from Facebook because people are acting crazy right now. If a civil war, I don't know what they believe there's nothing going to be solved. If you take somebody's life in the process of trying to represent an entire group of people, you're only becoming the bad guy.
And this is what's going to happen too. If any sect of people decide to become and try to do a civil war, it will not happen. We have the U.S. government has spent over $2 trillion on not even, I don't even go nuclear. Let's stay away from that.
Nuke ourselves.
But we're saying in actual weapons defense, and that includes, armor, this and the other, anything, etc. of weapons, you will have a bad time trying to finish. You will get mowed down.
Don't matter how many numbers.
It's just and then I'm sorry to interrupt, but this, in the instance that you decide to face the United States, look who you're going to be fighting. You're going to be fighting National Guards. You're going to be fighting anyone in the army that is black, white, Mexican, any other race. You're going to be fighting against them for what? Because now you decide that you think that the man's out to get you, or it's just you're going to be going down a rabbit hole you do not want to go down, because it'll be bad.
It will be bad, and it's going to be a difficult war. Oh my God. And don't forget, guys, that Obama, I believe in 2014 or possibly 2015, signed a policy, not a policy, fucking, man, I'm sorry guys, I'm so tired. Well, basically he signed a bill, and the bill states that the government, the nation's capital, has the right to make any single individual in the nation an enemy of state.
Yep.
So let's say we had an entire group form protest, and we create this new big united group, and we say, let's go to the government. And you bring let's say you have, a good million with you. Million-man march all over, but with every race or something. Yeah. Million men. You bring them all over to the White House. Yeah. He can just go, you know what? They're all enemies of the state. Take them out.
And
arrest them or kill them.
With being enemies of the state, that means any civilian that feels that they are against that group can do a citizen's arrest.
Yes.
Or defend their country to the fullest extent.
Yes. So it's just like, I don't know what the solution is, guys, so I'm not going to give you one, but I'm just telling you, this war mindset is what they want. They're pushing fear. Now I'm talking to people, like I said, I'm not on Facebook, but I'm talking to people, and they're like, I don't want to go outside. Oh, I'm scared to do this. I think I'm just going to, go to work and come back home. I don't want to go out anymore because I just think my life's in danger because someone could just, I don't think that's the case, guys. Even though there has been some crazy, difficult to understand circumstances with these events of people being killed. Yeah. I highly doubt someone's going to pull you over and just start shooting you.
Yeah. You have to understand, people, is that these events don't happen on an everyday basis. Think about it like this. In the events of San Bernardino, in the events of Boston, there's a lot of places to mention now. So picture it like this.
In this year alone.
Yeah. The United States is 50 states big, 51 if you count Puerto Rico, but they won't count it yet. The thing is this. You have to think about the chance of you going into a situation where there's going to be a terrorist ploy going around. You have to think about it like this. It is the bad lottery. Mm-hmm. The chances of you getting into that situation are in the millions. Mm-hmm. That it is hard for you to carry that weight thinking that something bad is going to happen to you. Mm-hmm. You just can't do that to yourself. That's what the government wants you to believe. That's mm-hmm. what these pseudo terrorist organizations want you to believe as well. Mm-hmm. Try your best to not hit the lottery. That's the only thing I can tell you. And I say it like that just because the odds itself. But it's like, try to see just check out your environment. Do the best of what you can. Don't hang around shoddy environments. You'll get nothing but bad energy floats around there because you'll be able to feel it.
Just don't stop living based on what you've been seeing online. And this is my personal perspective. Just take it how it is. Like I said, the media it gets to you. So I think I mentioned in some podcasts before. It's like the media gets to people through television, right? Yeah. Well, how else can they get to you? Social media. So we have these horrific events taking place, and they're all being shown on social media. They are literally being recorded live onto social media immediately. You're getting it on social media, and guys, if you don't know, Facebook is one of the largest video streaming services available. You all think it's YouTube. It's actually Facebook.
2 billion people.
2 billion people. And they get, their share count and their view count exceeds YouTube by the millions. Because how if you see a video, you can just tag your friend and it shoots to them. Now they watch it. Yeah. YouTube doesn't have an operation that works that quickly. Yeah. You can just, take your link and place it somewhere, but that's not nearly as quick, and it can't spread as fast as it does on Facebook.
Your 500 friends have seen it, so then one of them shares to them, and then one of them, it just branches out.
It branches so fast,
yes,
compared to posting a link onto Facebook, because these people are uploading these videos directly onto Facebook's video streaming service, and it just works totally different from how linking a YouTube video on there works. But these videos are spreading so quickly, it's causing more pandemonium. I can't believe how fast, in one day after the initial shooting incident, we had everyone was heated and upset, but the following day we get another shooting. It just caused even more panic and pandemonium, because you have 2 viral videos shooting around as fast as they can on social media. Mm-hmm. Then, at that point, tensions are so high, people are making irrational decisions. Now, this is the point where if I'm some kind of sick individual, I can just instigate something even further. If I wanted to, and just go to a rally and do something crazy. Or I am a group of people, or I am a part of a group of people that are just fed up. We are fed up of just being discriminated against and treated a certain way and forgotten when we're killed. Yeah. So we're going to take action in an irrational way. Yeah. So shooting cops, right? That's what takes place. I don't know who did what or why they did it, but the fact of the matter is they just made it worse. Now the tensions are even higher. The last thing I read before I got off the internet. Yeah. This one Caucasian individual who apparently was a cop. He said, "It's war."
Oh yeah, one of that, he's part of a ex-Secret Service or something around that line.
It's war now. F all of these black lives. F your black this. F this. We're coming, and it's well, there we go. Pandemonium is being insinuated,
and this is what the media machine. This is what they want from you. They want that,
but. And I'm trying to, we don't want to go too dark here, but the reality is, as drastic and incredibly dark as these events have been in the past 3 days, there is still a large portion of the world that is completely unaware, completely oblivious. They're not interested because Pokemon Go just came out.
Exactly.
And it's I check my feed and it's literally tragedy, fear. And someone caught a Charizard, and they don't give a shit. They don't care about what's going on. And that just showed me, not just with the Pokemon Go example. It's just that shows me that the people that are paying attention are being affected, whereas people that aren't paying attention to all the madness, they're living happily. So in this weird way, I don't want you to forget or to, turn a blind eye or whatever.
Exactly.
But don't. Stop going back to the media. Stop looking for more on the story. Wait a week. Just walk away for a week and then come back. Because when you keep coming back, you're just seeing more negativity and you're just driving that energy and you're making it worse.
Yeah, you have to make sure that because the media itself just takes breaking news and they just go with it. They don't care because they are a major news network and whatever they say is gospel.
They can bullshit and then they can fix it later.
And they could just say, you know what, we had a previous report of this, and they just put more,
put more stank on it.
Yeah, exactly. They'll be able to fix it. What we have to realize is that you have to let everything finally file itself out accordingly. Mm-hmm. We didn't. Andre and I didn't actually do the Orlando shooting till a week after. Mm-hmm. We didn't really feel that we didn't need to do all of a sudden podcast to where we had to do something about it. But no, we waited a week and then we found out all this other stuff that didn't even correlate with him being involved in ISIS. Right. So let's try to, if you guys can, just die down from this whole have a cooling off period of, social media, take it off your phone and just live life without it, and then come back, and then you'll see a whole different thing. Who knows? Yeah,
this will be a totally different story. It might be about ISIS. Who knows? They will flip this. But just wait for the madness to cool down. And a lot of people are heated, and a lot of people are upset, and they are sick of seeing this, right? Yes. So you're getting a lot of irrational information being thrown in your face. Because you're seeing a lot of comparisons, and you're seeing a lot of just, this group of people don't get this compared to this group.
And anyone could slap that on a meme
Yes.
And anyone could slap that on it like, oh, this is cool, but this ain't, or this is this and that's not. Like, no, just if you like agree or share it, you're just buying into what the agenda of what the biased person wants you to believe.
Yes.
So just do this. Just this Dallas situation is very unfortunate, and this person, I believe his name is Micah Johnson, took this situation, took a peaceful protest, and made it something else. Mm-hmm. Like he's trying to alienate one of your rights as an American to do a peaceful protest. And now, next time law enforcement sees a peaceful protest, they'll have it in the back of their mind that, oh man, there might be a Micah Johnson in this crowd.
Yes.
I can't have that.
Yes.
So let's just do it like this. We have to have a moment where we need to realize that there has to be a lot more.
It's difficult.
To be honest, I do not have an answer because anything is just going to be. It's not even at a state level yet. This is at the Dallas PD has to figure this situation out first.
Yeah, but with the help of social media, it's kind of burned into this flame that it can't be put out. I feel like if everyone just please approach this with rationality.
There we go.
Approach this with rationality and think about this. It's hot right now. It's really hot right now. So you guys should probably just step away. Just step away from all of this content because it is the hottest it can get. Yeah. People are upset. People are mad. You don't, you don't approach an animal when it's pissed. Yeah. Everything is going crazy right now. Give it a couple of days, cool off, live your life, and then come back. And you will see people have calmed down quite a bit. Stories will make a little more sense. Mm-hmm. And then everything we can come to a rational conclusion to how to approach these situations. Because I know, singing Kumbaya isn't going to bring the lives of those that have been killed back. But it's also killing other people isn't going to do any justice for anyone. Yeah, and I know justice is what people are demanding, but we have to understand that we have to approach this differently. We can't keep... It's two things that are happening. Either we do nothing and hashtag the shit out of a problem, or we're outright killing people and attacking. Yeah. We got to find the right thing to do, but I don't know. I don't know what to do. Exactly. That's what's scary. I'm sorry.
With that...
we both don't know what to do.
Yeah, and that's perfect because this incident is very, very new to us, mm-hmm. and there's a lot more questions and answers. But with that, we can leave you on the Mark and Andre podcast, letting you know that it's safe. It's safe to go outside. You just have to play your situation out right. I know I'm in a good spot. I know, Andre, you're in a good spot with this whole situation. So it's just my heart goes out to everyone affected by the Dallas tragedy. That's all I can say, and hopefully we can actually get an answer to what's going down. But with that, I'd like to end the Mark and Andre podcast. I want to thank you guys for sticking around. I want to thank Andre, the co-host, for sticking around as well throughout this podcast. And I'll leave it to the floor with him for his shameless promotion.
Man, based on the tone of everything, once again, I'll just keep it short. I have a YouTube channel. Check me out at youtube.com/Andre Gainer. AndreGainer. And what I do is I do deep analysis on music, and I go through every single aspect of the song, how it's written, what rhymes they're using, what metaphors and techniques they're using, and I also teach these very same techniques. So if you guys want to check it out, it's fun. Same energy and weirdness of the podcast. Once again, youtube.com/Andre Gainer, AndreGainer. And that's it. Stay safe out there, guys. And once again, just please don't buy into the chaos, because that's what's happening. It's like a never-ending fuel to this fire. Yeah. So if you contribute to this, you're helping the fire grow. Yeah. Step back, be rational, and just wait it out.
For those that enjoy the podcast and what the energy of what me and Andre bring to the table every Friday night live at 9 p.m. Pacific time, please do your due diligence to just share the podcast. Let someone know that you enjoy the podcast as well. I would definitely appreciate it. I do enjoy doing all of the podcasts that I do, especially this one. But I want to let you guys know to have a good night, stay safe out there, and Have a good day.
Bye.